All right, Larry Kruger here at Levi Stadium for the Pig and a Pickle Krueg Show with a little 49er Friday update. And there was a lot going on down here at Rookie Minicamp, so let's talk about it. But first, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. And they do run out, so get there early, get some brisket chili. Tell them that Krueg sent you. We're also brought to you by Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles. They're at 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove, California, on the Monterey Peninsula. Give my friend Anthony Catania a call down there, and I don't have Anthony's number on me, but thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles for being a proud sponsor of the Krueg Show. All right, let's talk about all the things that happened down here in Santa Clara over the last couple of days. Clay Kubiak said yesterday something that's kind of interesting. He says that he hopes Ricky Pearsall and Jacob Cowing can become big contributors this year at wide receiver. No Deebo Samuel. Most likely you're not going to have Ayuk for a good chunk of the year, so you need those guys to step up. And Kubiak kind of expressed that yesterday. The 49ers today awarded their rookies with some jersey numbers. Alfred Collins, big number 99. That's right, he looked good in the Niner 99 jersey. He's 99. Mykel Williams is 98. Curtis Rourke is going to wear number 4. Jordan Watkins, number 17. Upton Stout, number 20. Jordan James, 29. Marquise Siegel, 36. Nick Martin's going to wear 45. CJ West is going to wear 50. Connor Colby, 75. Junior Bergen, 86. So there you go. Some new numbers in 49er land. Mark Schlereth, the former Denver Bronco offensive lineman, made his prediction today that Brock Purdy will prove in 2025 that he is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So that's according to Schlereth. You know, Purdy, of course, this last year threw for 3,864 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 picks. Wasn't a great year for Brock. He had too many turnovers. But according to Schlereth, he says Purdy's going to be a top 5 quarterback, and he's going to prove it in 2025. What is Jake Moody's status? Well, you know, it's pretty obvious that Jake has total support from the Niner organization. And he's going to be, you know, he's going to have to go out and prove it, though, this summer. And you saw Kenny Almondera from Louisiana Lafayette. He was trying out today. There were a couple of kickers trying out. I don't know if the Niners will sign a veteran or not, but Jake will not go unopposed this summer. There'll be somebody here in Santa Clara opposing him and giving him a run for his money. But I would have to say he's the betting favorite to be the Niners kicker again in 2025. We got some interesting stuff yesterday out of Clay Kubiak, where he said that CMC looks awesome. And that, you know, that he wants to feed him as much as he possibly can as a runner, as a receiver this year. He also said Purdy's having a great offseason. He praised Mac Jones and says Curtis Rourke is a good young quarterback prospect, and the Niners are really excited to have him. Now, the Niners made some news today, waiver wire-wise. They waived defensive end Drake Jackson, who was the 61st pick in the second round in 2022. Is the Niners' first pick in the 2022 draft. He's only 23. He's expected to be healthy by July, but he failed his physical, and he had the quad tendon surgery. He's got knee issues, didn't play all of last year, only played 8 games in 2023. I'll say this, it's not good for the Niners. I mean, the 49ers have had 10 picks in the first 3 rounds in the 21, 22, and 23 drafts, and the only thing they have to show for it out of those 10 draft choices is Jair Brown and Jake Moody. That's not very good. And needless to say, it's not good enough. So, but Drake Jackson was cut today. So he wasn't the only one. Also waived today was Trey Tomlinson and Jalen McKenzie. The Niners signed a cornerback named Dallas Flowers. They also signed former number 1 pick Andre Dillard, who played his college ball at Washington State and has floated around with a couple teams, the Eagles being one of them. And they also signed Nicholas Petit-Frere, who was cut by the Titans as an offensive tackle. And he's kind of an interesting prospect as well. So a couple interesting guys coming in, and Drake Jackson among 3 that were departing, unfortunately, today for the 49ers. A couple other notes. You know, according to Mike Florio went on 93.7 The Fan in Pittsburgh and said the 49ers would like to unload Brandon Ayuk on the Steelers. I know, it's a story that won't go away. I'm tired of reporting it. Florio just said, this week that could happen. So something to look for sure. A couple other notes. Today was the rookie minicamp down here. Who stood out? Well, a couple guys stood out for what they didn't do, right? Curtis Rourke was there, but he didn't practice. Alfred Collins was there, and man, Alfred Collins is every bit the monster that Javon Kinlaw was. And this guy's legs are just each kneecap was about that wide. I mean, this guy's base against the run is going to be incredible. But Collins, for whatever reason, did not play, and then that's always a concern, just because how healthy is he? He's been very durable at Texas. That to me is the one thing that could derail him, because he is 6'5" and he is 332 pounds. You would think that with those long legs that injuries could be his issue, but he was very durable at Texas, but he didn't play today. Mykel Williams did go out there and play today in practice. He looked pretty good in the drills. At one point, he knocked down one of the coaches by accident. If you're saying who looked really good today, who stood out, Isaiah Nayer, the rookie from Nebraska, on a go ball, I think it was from Tanner Mordecai, just absolutely perfect, dead run, deep ball on the fingertips. This guy's got 35-inch arms, 4.4 flat speed, and he put it on display down the right sideline, and I think Mordecai put it right on his hands and he grabbed it. It was beautiful to watch. CJ West looked really strong today working out. Jordan Watkins, I thought, looked good in the wide receiver drills. Upton Stout, very explosive looking athlete, the rookie corner from Western Kentucky. There was a running back by the name of Corey Kiner today, the undrafted free agent out of Cincinnati, had a beautiful, nice run in the practice. And I felt like Connor Bergen looked good in some of the wide receiver drills, and I wasn't really expecting him to as a return guy. Tariq Owens made a really nice grab of a high ball on the sidelines. That really stood out. The Niners did announce some signings today. They signed Nick Martin, Upton Stout, Jordan Watkins, Jordan James, Marcus Siegel, Connor Colby, and Junior Bergen, as well as undrafted free agents Jacob Robinson, Corey Kiner, Drew Moss, Isaiah Nayer, and Sebastian Valdez. Three other names to keep your eye on here in the next few days and maybe the weeks ahead, and maybe you might see them on the Niner camp roster. Three guys that are pretty intriguing got tryouts today who are really good, three really good college football players. The first one was the corner, James Burgess, who played at Alabama State, an HBCU school. And Burgess is a really tall corner, like 6'3" and change, almost 6'4", really long arms. And I thought his coverage on a couple balls today was fantastic. I mean, this guy really blanketed the receiver and gave no separation at all. He just mirrored that receiver up and down the field. So I thought Burgess looked pretty good. Marcus Ware got a tryout today, and that one to me is probably the most exciting news of the day. Why? Marcus Ware played right tackle at Montana State, but I thought he showed in the All-Star game practices that he looks like a really solid prospect as a center or a guard. And nobody drafted him. He wound up undrafted. The Niners, nobody signed him as an undrafted free agent. Niners brought him in today for a tryout, and he looks good. I mean, he's not the biggest guy. He's probably more of a center. But he plays under control. He's got long arms. He plays on his feet. He's balanced. Remember that name, Marcus Ware. A lot of people think that he's a really nice center prospect, and I'm one of those people. I really think that's a good get if they can sign him. It'll be interesting to see if they opt to sign him. But Marcus Ware from Montana State. He played right tackle at Montana State, but I think he's going to play center in the NFL, and I think he could be a good one. He looked good today. And then the third guy that tried out was Steve Linton from Baylor, and they listed him at 248 pounds. I got to say he looked at least 260, 265 to me. But Linton was a pretty decent pass rusher at Baylor, and he's an interesting guy for sure. I mean, he's had some production. He's done some good things at the college game. He's got some size, so he looks like he's the kind of guy that could play, a little bit of a, if you like to play games and stunt and twist and move your linemen around, Linton looks like he'd be ideally suited for that kind of scheme, and we know the Niners love doing that. So just another 3 names to keep your eyes on. James Burgess, corner, Alabama State. Marcus Ware, center / guard, Montana State. And Steve Linton, defensive end from Baylor. All those guys I thought really looked good in the workout today, and were good college football players. I'll be interested to see if the Niner coaches want to add them to their roster for camp. All right, that's a wrap from here in Santa Clara. Beautiful day. It was great to see the guys out on the field. One of the more exciting days because we got to see some of the rookies for the first time. I would say, just to sum it up today, Mykel Williams, C.J. West, Jordan Watkins, Alfred Collins, they all look the way you'd want them to look in the uniform. As far as actual plays on the field, I would say that the ones that stood out would be Corey Kiner on one explosive run. He stood out. Isaiah Nair catching the deep ball. I definitely think he stood out. And I would just say the overall explosiveness of Upton Stout. I thought he was the most explosive player on the field. I thought he stood out. I thought those 3 guys, and then if I got to throw one more, James Burgess, the tryout corner from Alabama State, had a couple of plays where he looked fantastic. I mean, size, speed, balance, mirroring ability, long arms. He looked very intriguing. So I'll be interested to see if the Niners sign either Burgess or Ware or Linton coming out of this rookie minicamp. All right, thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krueg Show. Thanks to Sharp Corners, Sports Cards, and Collectibles for sponsoring this video. Hit like and subscribe on your way out. And thanks to all of you for supporting the Krueg Show on YouTube.